What is the meaning of the day of the Lord? This question has puzzled theologians, Bible scholars, and believers for centuries. Today we dive into the depths of this intriguing concept, exploring its layers and revealing its profound implications. The story of Zephaniah, the author of the book of Zephaniah, provides a starting point. His name means Yahweh has hidden. Born during the reign of the wicked king Manasseh, Zephaniah emerged as a prophet during the time of King Josiah. Like his name suggests, God shielded him during Manasseh's harsh rule. This experience likely influenced Zephaniah's prophetic declarations about the day of the Lord, a time of divine judgment, and the assurance that the righteous would find protection and refuge. During Zephaniah's time, Judah was in a state of social and political turmoil, straying away from the biblical teachings. Amidst the impending religious reforms under King Josiah, the prophet proclaimed the nearing day of the Lord, a time for judgment of the people's sins, where only repentance could provide salvation. This served as both a reminder and a warning to the people, while also providing comfort, encouragement, and hope to the devout believers. The day of the Lord, a theme that runs consistently throughout the book of Zephaniah, often carries two meanings in the Bible. It can refer to a time of divine judgment or a time of salvation and righteousness. Old Testament prophets usually convey warnings in their references to this day, but they also offer comfort. Different prophets in the Old Testament provide varying descriptions of what the day of the Lord looks like, as God revealed different visions to them. For instance, God told the prophet Amos that the day would be one of darkness and sorrow, a time when men would flee from lions only to meet bears, and would get bitten by snakes in their homes. To Isaiah, the day of the Lord was a cruel day filled with wrath and fury, a day when the proud would be humbled and the arrogant brought low, a day when only the Lord would be exalted. Zephaniah himself described it as a day of wrath, distress, and desolation, a day of darkness and gloom, a day when neither silver nor gold could save anyone from the consuming fire of God's wrath that would annihilate all inhabitants of the earth. In the New Testament, Apostle Paul likened the arrival of the Lord's Day to a thief in the night, unexpected and sudden. It's important to note that the day of the Lord and the Lord's Day are essentially the same, the former being the Old Testament term and the latter the New Testament term. And the day here doesn't refer to a 24-hour period, but a specific time characterized by certain events. The pressing question that remains is how one can survive the day of the Lord. The prophet Joel once asked, "Who can endure the day of the Lord?" and then reassured that the Lord would be a refuge for his people. Zephaniah advised the people to seek the Lord, pursue righteousness, and seek humility before the day of the Lord arrives, so they might be hidden on the day of the Lord's anger. God is ever willing to show mercy. He is not a tyrant demanding blind obedience, but desires people to seek truth, pursue righteousness, and strive for humility. Unfortunately, many choose not to listen or accept this. The day of the Lord, then, serves as a crucial reminder of divine judgment and the promise of divine protection, a concept that continues to captivate and challenge us today.